Hello everyone, my name is Kevin Clay, and welcome to a brand new video. Today I wanted to talk about my brand new Fakemon region based off of Brazil. It's not yet complete, like in the slightest. There's only about 30 new Pokemon that I've made based on this country. I think it's a country, yeah. Based on this country so far, so uh, if it seems incomplete, that's because it is. Um, but anyway, let's get started. So right here we have the grass starter, Lily-eater, a combination of the words lily and anteater. And basically this one's an anteater, in case you couldn't tell. Uh, and it uses leaves to attack. Kind of basic. So right here we have Steamoo, a combination of the words steam and emu. And yeah, that's kind of about it. He's the fire starter. Then this is Chompfox. He's based off of the crab-eating fox. Wait, no. Yeah, crab-eating fox. And that's kind of why I gave him the water type. And I also gave him a claw-like jaw and all that. So yeah, let's continue. So right here we have the national bugs. These are based off of the Brazilian tree hopper, which is one of the weirdest bugs in Brazil I've ever seen. So right here we have Nymphite, based off of the larval stage of this bug. Now, technically, Brazilian tree hoppers don't necessarily have cocoons; they kind of just grow. But it's kind of a trend for bug type Pokemon to have these cocoon stages. So I just decided to make a cocoon stage for this one just in case. And its name is Hatchery, combination of hatch and tree, in case you couldn't tell. And then right here we have Hopperai. I really like this one. It's obviously a combination of the words tree hopper and samurai, and it's a bug and ghost type. And I actually didn't plan on it being a bug and ghost type because I didn't know what type it was going to be, besides bug, of course. But then my friend told me that um, it would be bug and ghost type, so I made a bug and ghost type. So yeah. Okay, so do you remember Chompfox? Well, here's evolutions. Uh, so basically, what happened was, since he's a crab-eating fox Pokemon, it makes sense for him to have crab-like traits, right? So I decided to give Folklore a very large claw that it uses to attack. And I kind of like this design a lot. I can't really say the same for Clawjox, mostly because of like how tall it is and like how just I don't know. It's too humanoid for my tastes. In fact, a lot of these Pokemon stand on two legs. They either stand on two legs or they don't even have legs at all. And that's kind of like one of my main issues with this region so far. So hopefully I'll make more four-legged like Pokemon soon. But this one's like fully crab eyes. I don't know how to say that, but it's a water steel type. And yeah, that's all I have to say about Clawjox. Let's move on from this thing. All right, so here we have a funny monkey, Tamaray. Yeah, this is the like the national rodent, even though monkeys are not rodents. They're just funny. So Tamaray is based off of a tamarin monkey, which is a monkey found in Brazil that looks like it has a mustache, which is why I made its evolution called Monkstache, because it has a giant mustache. So I thought made sense. Okay, so do you remember, what was his name? Lily-eater? Yeah, this thing. Well, here are his evolutions. I don't like them that much. Vinant, I think, is too similar to Lily-eater, and I think its design is just kind of lazy. And then we have Clarinant. I don't like Clarinant. Obviously, it's a combination of the words clarinet and ant eater. This isn't an ant, don't worry. But its tongue is supposed to be like a clarinet, and it uses it to play music. I was trying to go for a Rillaboom approach, but it didn't really work out as planned, and now I have this weird looking anteater thing with a clarinet tongue. Yeah, don't question it. Here we have Heatstrich and Ostricht. The evolutions for Steemu. So Heatstrich is based off of an ostrich, and obviously so is Ostricht. And Ostricht is very strict, in case you couldn't tell. That's all I really have to say about these two. Alright, so here are the national birds. We have Parabai, Parine, and we have Paradol. For this last evolution, I wanted it to be like based off of a parade, because there's a lot of parades in Brazil and all that. In fact, that's what Brazil is mostly known for. It's parades and stuff. But this entire evolution line is based off of a parrot, and I think it's kind of cool. So yeah. Alright, so here we have the fish Pokemon, Scalimp. He's based off of a Brazilian grandma. So do you remember the fish from Finding Nemo that's like purple and yellow? Yeah, this is basically what this Pokemon's based off of. So it evolves into a strong grandma who's a Chad. He's such a Chad. All right, so this one was a request from a friend actually. It's Nuricube, I think, and then Walurai, and I really like this one. I don't know. I don't think I like this one that much, but this one I like a lot. It reminds me of you know those giant cement blocks from Super Mario 64 that try to crush you? Yeah, it reminds me of those. But these are basically based off of both Japanese yokai and also a Brazilian urban legend where it's basically Bigfoot, but instead it's Bigfoot with one eye and a mouth on its stomach. It's pretty weird, but that's kind of why this one has a mouth on its stomach too. Now let me reassure you that these ears right here, those are not its eyes, okay? And this is not its mouth, okay? These are its eyes and mouth. I promise. Okay, so here we have psychic dolphins. Yeah, interesting, huh? So basically, here's the first one. These are actually based off of pink dolphins, and since pink is basically associated with the psychic type, it made sense. I don't know what to call them yet, but I'll come up with something. Then this one, just a middle evolution, you know, nothing too special. But then we have this one. Now you might be wondering, what are all these bubbles with like exclamation marks and question marks doing around its head? And to answer that, I basically try to make them thought bubbles, where basically human memories are like stored in them, and they're either like questions or like uh, just something relating to like human thought and all that, and they're stored inside these bubbles that that this Pokemon blows outside of its three like holes in its head. And now it's just surrounded with all these thought bubbles. And what these thought bubbles do is they basically they pop on you, and you gain the memory that was inside of the thought bubble. It's weird. It's weird. Okay. Um, but yeah, just interesting concept in my opinion, but the execution could have been a little bit better. Next up, we have these three unnamed Pokemon. I don't know what to name them. And basically, these are based off of fudge balls, which are one of the most famous candies in Brazil. And usually they have this paper surrounding them, like makes them look fancy and all that. And I used that paper to make a crown for the final evolution. And speaking of the final evolution, I wanted it to be based off of a like frosting thing too. Like, you know, the things that you use to put frosting on cake? Yeah, that's kind of what I was going for here. Here we have a grass type trio. We have Erntenna, we have Covern, and we have Ernequeen. And these are based off of the Ern plant, which is in Brazil. And there's not much to say here. I like Ernequeen because she has a gun for a hand, kind of like a Galarian Slowbro. And when you turn the page, there's actually an alternate evolution you can use whenever you have a male version of this evolution line called Ernite, and I kind of like this design more because he has like a sword for a hand, and I thought that was pretty cool. But then here we have Termatrap. He's a very unique Pokemon because he can switch between being either a bug and poison type or a grass and poison type, because it's basically both a poisonous plant and a poisonous bug working together at the same time. And yeah, it's kind of like a cool Pokemon, but it's a standalone Pokemon, you know. Ooh, I like this one. This is based on the agate rock, um, which is commonly found in Brazil. In case you couldn't tell right now, a lot of these things are commonly found in Brazil. But here we have agatite. I think it's pretty cute. We have agaton, which is like the cocoon stage, I guess. And then I don't know what this one should be named, but it's basically like a giant mouth, but um the actual like thing, like the one with actual sentience, is like the tongue. Meanwhile, the face is just kind of a way to defend itself, you know. But I kind of really like this one, you know. Here we have another evolution line based off of rocks, specifically amethyst. Um, I'm really, really sorry if I'm saying too much. It's likely because I haven't talked to people during quarantine that much. But I mean, not a lot of people have. I don't think you're supposed to. But anyway, here's a slug with a lot of amethyst growing on its back. I kind of like this one a lot. It's pretty neat. Here we have Amathorn, kind of like the other one, where it's a cocoon state. And then we have this cool looking dragon. I don't know what to name it either. If you have ideas for names for these creatures, just let me know in the comment section. I really like this one. Uh, it doesn't feel like out of place in the Pokemon universe like a lot of the other ones do, which I kind of like. Here we have one of the most interesting Pokemon in my opinion. Uh, Redermit, Redermit. I don't even know how to pronounce my own Pokemon names. Wow. Anyway, so this little guy, well, he doesn't look little when you take a look at this, but his actual body is right down here. He's a little hermit crab, kind of like Kabuto. But when you look up here, he has a giant statue of like what seems to be an angel on his forehead to kind of like protect himself and stuff. Now, this statue is actually based off of a statue in Brazil called Christ the Redeemer, which has actually gotten itself into a bit of, I wouldn't say controversy, but it's gotten more attention recently because of stuff Donald Trump is trying to do to protect it, I guess. But I don't want to get into politics with this, but this is basically just Pokemon based off of a famous statue. And that's just kind of about it. Okay, some of you might hate this one, some of you might like this one, but like it or not, this is Capybo. I don't know why I named it that way, other than it's a Capybara Pokemon, and it's a ground type. And I'm pretty okay with this one. I think it has the potential to be cute, but in this context, it doesn't really look that cute. So then here we have Capico. Again, not great. Then we have Digbara, I don't know how to pronounce it, but yeah, this one's pretty interesting. Some of you might hate it, some of you might like it. I already said that. But it has its body buried in the ground, kind of like Diglett and Doug trio. And it's kind of like the king of the Capybaras, kind of the prince. It even has the cool prince hair. And I kind of like this one. And then finally we have these two, Slothame and Slothcano. These are based off of sloths, another popular animal in Brazil. And yeah, these guys are fire types. I kind of want to make this one a grass type too, though, because one, that'd be pretty unique, and two, it's actually based off of a volcano fern, which surprisingly is a plant that is, oh wow, terrible voice crack, I'm sorry, which is also found in Brazil. And yeah, if you think I should make this a fire and grass type, just let me know. I think these designs are okay. In fact, overall, I'd say all these designs are pretty okay. But as I said before, there's this pattern where every Pokemon seems like it's either on its uh, two like back legs, like these two, or it's just them not having legs at all. Like, you have legs, okay? We can't see your legs. I don't even know where your legs are. Uh, okay. You're standing on your two legs. No. If you had legs, you'd be standing on them. You have two legs, and you're standing on them. You kind of have two legs, and you're standing on them. You don't. You're a fish. You're a fish. You have two legs, and you're standing on them. Let me see here. You're a fish. You are a fish. Do you not understand that? You're standing on your two legs. Look at you. You're standing on your two legs. You're... What? What am I saying? What am I saying? You're standing on your two legs. Look at you. You're standing on your two legs. Oh, buddy, you're the biggest defender of them all. Look at this. Look at this. You're a bug. Why are you standing on your two legs? Why? But I mean, outside of that, there's a few other minor issues that I need to work up on, like how the starter evolutions are kind of underwhelming. But I mean, other than that, I'm pretty satisfied with how this is going so far. Also, another problem I have right now is regarding my pencils. So as you can see here, oh no. I only have 6 pencils. And the one with the darkest shade is 8B, which it's pretty dark, like it's good shading. Like, look at this. So it's pretty decent, right? But there are much darker, like shades of pencil I can use to make the Pokemon stand out more. And I don't have access to them, and that kind of makes me sad, to be honest. But besides that, I think that's gonna wrap things up. Hope y'all have a good day. I'm gonna erase that, and hope quarantine's going good. See ya.